those two things, a lot of guys don't know what they're talking about, but they're good at talking. A lot of guys are good, right? So I've appreciated that. Now, one of the things how you came to my awareness was, again, your episode about the Antioch Declaration. I don't know if I saw it on Twitter or someone was passing it around. I just watched it. I just appreciated, because I signed that thing instantly, like, yes, of course. And I appreciated, and everyone was pushing back, like, well, it was rushed, or what, all the different critiques. And you just went in, like, let's go through line by line.
Yes.
And you just, go dive in. I want to hear what you have to say about it if you're willing.
Yeah. Well, like I said, like, I'm a simple guy. I don't care about the background. Like, I know a lot of the people who contributed, and they're faithful men. I know that people are very tribalistic and divisive nowadays. And so, like, I don't want to let any of that get in our way. If the thing itself is good, then let's call it good. And let's say, like, the people who contributed are bad or whatever. Like, let's have that conversation. But a lot of people are saying the document's bad because of the situation it was written in, whatever, or it was rushed. And then, like, the contributors came out and said, actually, we started writing this over a year ago, so it wasn't rushed. And so that was just a lie, or was some, people try to destroy the people they don't like. And like I said, if you're not able to articulate your opponent's position, or you have to lie about your opponent to get your point across, like, you are the bad guy. You're the bad guy. And so I was interested because so many people were like, it's rushed and it's yada, yada. And, like, Doug Wilson sucks and whatever. And I was like, well, I disagree with what they're saying. But also, like, I noticed that nobody is actually talking about the content of the Antioch Declaration. And so I was like, well, I'm going to talk about the content because a lot of people are blasting it and blasting the people who wrote it. And I'm like, I really appreciate the guys who wrote it. And also, like, it's not long. It's easy to read, but I know that a lot of people would maybe prefer to listen to it than to read it themselves. And also, I saw other podcasts talking about it because I did my research before, and not a single one that I found actually read it. They read like one line, and they were going on and on about stuff they disagreed with about the line or whatever. But I wanted to just, like, hey, let's be simple. Let's look at it word for word and say, is this true or not? Is there a way to misinterpret this? Like, is this something that we should support? Is this something that should we not support? And what kind of person would be against this? I think that's what really riled people up.
Yeah. What sort of person would read this and start splitting hairs on various things, like, I don't sign declarations? It's like, okay, you don't have to. I mean, that's sure. It's not a blood oath. You know what I mean? It seemed like a pretty straightforward thing. A bunch of things worth being for and worth being against. I just appreciate, and just to go back to your point about conservatism and progressivism, I just appreciated, it seems that you brought that level of clarity to that particular discussion. Like, what is conserving truth and what is progressing away from truth? And that all makes a whole lot of sense based on what I've seen from you up until this point.
I appreciate it.